Set to give evidence at a London court in the next couple of days. He's due to give evidence in the case against Associated Newspapers Limited. They have denied the claims against them. This is a civil case that also brings together Elton John, his husband David Furnish, Elizabeth Hurley and Sadie Frost as well. They claim that the publisher of the Mail on Sunday and the Mail Online, hired private investigators to bug cars and obtain personal records and eavesdrop on phone calls. This is Harry arriving at the courthouse. Like I say, Associated Newspapers Limited deny the allegations and the claims made against them. We'll have to see how the details of the case proceed. It's expected to take 9 weeks. Also outside the Royal Courts of Justice is Laura Bundock. And Laura, just seeing there live in the last few seconds, Prince Harry making his arrival.
Yeah, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has now arrived here at the Royal Courts of Justice for his day of reckoning. All eyes on him as he goes into court and heads for the witness box. For the Prince and his press privacy mission, this really is the moment that matters for him. Already his team have accused Associated Newspapers of playing dirty tricks by ending their opening arguments early yesterday, bringing the Prince to court a day earlier than had been expected. But his team have hit back bullishly. A spokesperson said, a source close to him said that he's been preparing for this for years. Safe to say he's ready. Now, Harry will be looking and examining 14 articles that were written about him between 2001 and 2013. So going right back to when he was a teenager into his early 20s. Many of these articles will focus on his relationship with his former girlfriend, Chelsea Davy. Now, his barrister has argued that unlawful information gathering was clear, systemic and sustained at the Mail. Harry says that none of these articles could have been written without the use of information that had been illegally obtained, so by private investigators blagging, getting their hands on private personal details through deception, or by phone hacking his phone and the phones of those close to him. Harry has spoken about how these articles caused him huge distress, drove him to paranoia and put huge pressure on his personal relationships. He will be questioned and cross-examined about those 14 articles. Associated Newspapers denies any wrongdoing, saying they were all legitimately sourced, and in fact the source of the leaks for many of the articles was from Harry's own social circle. His own friends were the leaky ones, they will say. They've accused Harry and the other claimants of clutching at straws when it comes to arguing their case. Anyway, Harry taking to the witness box very soon. He's been here before, of course. Remember in 2023 when he took on the publishers of The Mirror. He gave evidence then, becoming the first senior royal to do so since the 1890s. He will know that it is not an easy time. He may be ready, but he will not be relishing this moment. He will have to relive some pretty difficult moments of his life, go back over many of these articles. Lots of people, of course, criticising Harry for bringing this case in the first place, arguing how can it be that someone who has exposed so much of his own personal life through memoirs, interviews, Netflix series, has the right to challenge the press in this way. But he will talk about the destructive nature of the way he believes they were gathering their information, of how he felt hounded, how he witnessed his own mother being hounded by the press so very tragically. Anyway, he will finish giving his evidence today, so it'll be all day for Harry today, and we're told it'll be Liz Hurley taking the witness box tomorrow.
And Laura, from his perspective, Harry's perspective, the wounds of what he perceives the papers to have done to him and his family run deep. But this is not his first court case. As you said, there was the case against the Mirror Group. There was also an out-of-court settlement as well against the publishers of the News of the World. This is the third case now, and he's in a different place than he was in prior occasions. There's been an improvement in relations with his father. There are plans for the Invictus Games to be held in the United Kingdom. There is a sense that he wants to repair some of the damages within the family. And I wonder how his personal situation now in 2026 might impact his approach to the evidence he'll give today and to the case that he's trying to pursue against A&L.
Look, Harry has always made it clear this was his personal mission. His life's work would be to try and change the British media landscape. He wrote in his memoir, Spare, how his father, the King, described it as a suicide mission. But Harry will argue he's already had some success, hasn't he? He, in part, won his claim against Mirror Group newspapers. He settled for a huge sum of money and got the all-important apology he wanted from News Group, publishers of The Sun and the News of the World. This is the final chapter in that very personal crusade. It is deeply personal for him. We know it's come out in court that apparently his brother, Prince William, has already settled a case with News Group himself. There was no big court case. Prince William not wanting his moments in court, but Harry always felt very differently about it. I mean, let's look at this. We've got the King's son appearing at the King's Bench Division of the High Court. You can see why the King himself is safely tucked away in Scotland at the moment. I think all these cases have proved a very difficult, a sticking point, if you like, when it comes to any sort of rapprochement between Harry and the King. But I think once this is over, I think we could well see a continued thawing of those relationships as well. But this is, without doubt, perhaps one of the biggest battles Harry will face in this case.
Laura, thank you so much. And just worth noting to our viewers here on Sky News, as the court proceedings get underway, it's a civil case. Our reporters, both inside and outside the courthouse, will bring you all the key lines, the key developments, the key comments as they come out through the course of the day.